Welcome to the portal. Today, a nice warm up for you. Soft and easy, nice and simple. Start by moving your hips left and right. You know, this is sometimes the body just needs to move. Left and right with the hips, feeling the earth, feeling the bottom of your feet. Bend the knees, work a little. Start to do a circle. Start to really go big and notice how that feels in the hip joint. And notice if you can slow down there at the far-reaching points and just feel into that. Go the other direction. Take a moment to love your body, just to give it a hug and just to say hello to it. Hello, body. Right? We don't always need to be asking the body for every single thing. Sometimes just love you. All right, we've stopped that. We're in the center now. Inviting your hands to come to your heart with an inhale. And exhale them up. Shoulders down. Drop the chin. Come on back to the belly. Inhale. And exhale up. Inhale in the center. Get a nice steady footing here right under the hips and exhale to the side. In center and side. Nice and soft and also strong in the legs and belly. Another round. Let the hands go. Inhale through the center up. Exhale down. And up. And down. Go ahead and soften. Get your nice soft lunge going. You just tap your knees. And if you would like, you could go to the floor, to the earth, to the foot. If not, you can stay up a little higher, no worries. Nice long breath. And come on to the center and bring the feet in a little closer and keep the toes pointed out. And go ahead and try to find a squat down, Malasana. This feels so good on the low back. If you're not quite there yet, that's okay. You can be up a little. You can even fold up a blanket and put it underneath your heels. But if you can, and you may need to reach behind, you can get that compression in the shin and that nice stretch in the heel. And remember your breath. Today we're doing a soft practice. We're just softening and we're going to relax. So drop down into sitting. Find a moment just with the legs however they feel best. Sukhasana, easy pose. You can sit on a blanket here. And we're going to just stretch the hands, fingers, arms a little bit. When you do this stretch, keep your shoulders down and direct the fingers downward and the heel forward. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and the face soft. Feel free to wiggle, worm your face around a little. Or not. Feel free to soften your gaze, soften your belly. Horse breath. Let's go ahead and make a few rotations of the wrist now, letting the fingers go. And the other side, just give it a nice loving guidance to the earth with the heel coming forward of the hand. Got some Koshi chimes in the background, which is a playlist you can get on Spotify if you don't have the real thing. That's what this is the playlist. I like it a lot. And sometimes when I'm playing the chimes in a sound bath, I will put these on so that I can do other things. Go ahead and let the fingers go and make that nice closed fingered fist circle, wrist circle. Fist circle, wrist circle, both. Give a nice audible breath. Maybe even some horse breath. Take the claw and give your bicep a little pinch. All the way down the arm. Just give yourself a little, your arms a little hello. Okay, I'm just gonna invite you to lift the knees and let them drop side to side for Windshield-Wiper. And you can decide to sit up straight and get right on the sit bones with it, or you can drop back into it a little bit and reach more along where the top of panties would be, or sort of like right below the waist there. And so nice either way. Now I want to encourage you to wiggle worm your way around a little bit here. Perhaps a stretch. And maybe that's doesn't feel right. That's okay. What does feel right? Encourage you to take a moment. Rounding my back feels really good here right at the moment. Leaning back. I'm going to go all the way down onto my forearms here. And I'm just wiggling on my booty because it feels good. It's a little massage. So I'll go ahead and drop down and point my toes, and I'll allow my arms to be right in square line with my hips, fists here. And I'm just gonna sit up tall and let my head fall back. Fish pose. Or just starting fish pose. You can go a little deeper with this. And realize that I'm not. Do you see the difference here? I just sunk into it. I'm lifted. And I just gently drop back. Really allow myself to stretch in the neck and chin. Strong in the belly. Pull the navel to spine as you come back and looking at your feet. Lift yourself up. All the way up. Cross at the shins. Drop into your knees and onto tabletop. Curling the toes under, I'm sitting on the heels, stretching those feet. And take a little moment here. Maybe rub your hips, drop your chin. Maybe chin goes in a rainbow, smiley face, or upside down rainbow sort of shape. Or maybe it is rainbow. Drop out of that, and you can stretch the top of your feet one at a time. If you want to be fancy pants, you can do them together at the same time like this. But I do find that the one at a time stretch does go a little deeper, so I like that. Find yourself in tabletop, and we'll go ahead with some cat-cow. You know, this is a very highly recommended pose for many reasons. So you can claw your fingertips a little bit, kind of curl them a little bit into the earth if it's feeling like a lot on your wrists. It should be right under your shoulders and your knees right under your hips. You inhale, drop the chest and open the hips to the back. Look forward like you're sniffing a big bouquet of roses, and exhale, lift the heart and look at the belly. Hands and feet really pressing into the mat. Keep going with that. If it feels like a little weird to you, wiggle in it a little bit. See what kind of turn you could take so that it could feel right for your body. Keep the hands and feet in position and allow the rest of your body a little freedom in it. Remember, today's practice is about being soft and resting. And on that note, drop back into a child's pose. Open the knees a little bit if you like and bring the big toes together. And you can stretch your arms out in front for a delightful little extra something in the arms. And if you don't like that, you can always just keep them in. Really let go here in the back. You want to let go in the front body and just really let yourself surrender in this pose. Coming back up very slowly, and I'm just going to sit down on my bootay and have a little stretch. I'm going to bring the right heel into the left thigh, really high up near the perineum, and the left toes are up, knee is down. I'm going to face that leg and lift the arms high. Exhale from the waist down into a stretch. You can press the big toe if you like. 3 breaths here. Nice, long, calm, slow, even breath. On the 4th inhale, open the right arm up to the sky. And then over armpit to sky for 3 more breaths. Try not to let your head drop. Keep it strong, so we're working on that strength as well. Unless it doesn't feel right for you, always ask and find what feels best and right. And then up strong and drop the right hand by the right hip, left arm up and down to the outside of the right knee for a neat little twist here. Remember, when you're twisting, it's just about lifting and turning, not cranking and yanking. Come back softly to the center. Grab that bent leg, that right leg, and lift it up and hug it into your body. Just give yourself a nice little free laxative moment here. Just a couple breaths in compression of that hip. Compression of the intestines somewhat. And then with a little help, find the other side with your legs. Pull the left leg in, allow the right leg to extend out, toes up, knee down, left heel to the inside of the right thigh, facing the right leg. I salute you, beautiful right leg. Exhale, stretch, say hello to your big toe. Where can you soften? Where can you soften? Fourth inhale, the left armpit comes up to the sky and over for a stretch in this manner. My head always wants to fall. I'm always trying to strengthen that neck. Leave it long and strong. Reach a little farther and reach down with that hip, right? So you're getting that beautiful line and strong tummy now as you come up, protecting your back. Drop the left hand by the left hip. Right arm comes up and down outside of the left knee for a sweet little twist. yourself back to the center. Bottom of the feet together. Drop into Baddha Konasana. So you can just hang out with your wrists on your knees. You may need a blanket under your butt. You can hang out with your elbows on your knees, or you could go ahead and put your whole arm on your whole leg, or you could just skip any of it and just drop in. I like putting my head on my feet and my arms on my knees. But be where you are here with this. Just right at the edge of your comfort, and just breathe into that. And after 3 breaths here, we walk up. I'm just going to invite you to get right back onto tabletop one last time. And we're going to plant the right hand firmly in the center-ish. As we inhale the left hand up. And exhale it down. Bring your hand to your shoulder and then thread it through the opening between your leg and your arm. Drop down, palm down, walk that thing out until your shoulder blade is on the earth, not your bicep. You may need to move your right arm. I like keeping it like this for stability. Keep your right and left hips going back. Just trying to get a nice stretch in the outer arm, shoulder blade area. And after your 3rd breath, you want to be strong in your tummy, protecting your back as you come up and place the left hand near the center here so that you can inhale the right arm up. And then bring your hand to your shoulder, and then threading it through, getting the bicep on the earth, booty in the air. Three breaths here. Drop the hips and come on out of this really gently and get yourself onto your back. But first, make sure you have a couple of props because we're going to take a nice proper Shavasana today. This is a big part of when you're feeling tired, to let yourself rest. And if you don't have time, a little tiny disco nap, as I like to call it, will do you real fine. So you'll need a bolster that's round, or even a pillow would work fine, or a yoga bolster, which is more of a rectangle. And then you'll need another something for a pillow, and that could be, you know, you could use a regular pillow from your bed. You can use an airline pillow. I like to keep one of these little stations set up in my house sometimes. Sometimes I'll set it up for my husband when he gets home from work, and I'll just say, here, you can just lay down. So you can also just make a blankie pillow, and that's pretty cool. Just fold it up until it's a sweet little pillow. And you could also use a blanket to put under your knees. Or if you have a big bolster under your knees, you might want a smaller blanket just for your heels to rest on. You just have to see what is going to feel right. I'm going to try the pillow and the airline pillow. I'm going to be extra intense here and see how that feels. You also might want an eye pillow. Okay, so we have all of our props. So you want to position your feet, your knees over the bolster, and then if you like, you could put another blanket right here. That's extra cozy. And then if you're coming in at it like this, drop onto your elbows. Make sure that your legs are in alignment. They're just down as far as they'll go, and then dropped out. And then tuck your chin, stay nice and strong as you drop in. I've created a nice little cozy nest for my neck. My chin is slightly below the forehead, which I want. I'm gonna go ahead and cover my eyes, and I'm just gonna let my arms fall to the side with the palms up. Give yourself these moments to really dive into this, really fall into it. Allow yourself to soften. Slow down the breath. Relax all the muscles in your body. Let go. And no thoughts, only breath. Going inward. Noticing. If thoughts arise, simply go back to your breath, focusing on nice, slow, long, deep breath, letting go in the body, and enter the space of the heart as if you could enter it through a door and be bathed in love and light. If you notice yourself contracting a muscle or thinking a thought, simply go back to the breath and focus on making it nice and long and slow and soft, and softening the body. Just keep going back to the body, back to the breath. This is the practice of conscious relaxation, which will give your nervous system that boost it needs to keep going, a natural boost. And just take 5 more minutes here in silence. begin to notice your body and breath. And notice the feeling in your body, the heavy, weightless, all at once, skin draping over the skeleton, sort of relaxation where you might have to think a moment before you know how to get up. So you could start with your toes and your fingers, your breath being deeper, becoming aware of the skin and the clothing. You may find that you'd like to go onto your side. It can be nice for a few moments. And when you're ready, care and tend to the neck by reaching into the floor with your hands, coming up, and you can finish your practice if you're in afternoon delight mode and you still need to get going with the rest of your day. You can do the cricket, hands and feet, stimulate the nerve endings. Just a little tap, tap, and then we'll take a lion's breath. Exhaling the tongue down and looking at the tip of the nose. Have a beautiful day out there. And if you can, lift somebody up today.